likes. My name is Dante, and today it's Podcast Tuesday, and I'm going to be talking about the best cards in MTG in innistrad. Yeah. Top 20 best cards in innistrad, which, it's the first innistrad set, of course, yes, but what is also special about innistrad is I had two blocks, the block of 3, which was in innistrad, Dark Ascension, and innistrad, Dark Ascension, and Awakened Restored. That's literally the 3, and then it reappeared in Shadows over Innistrad and Eldritch Moon. So we're actually going to be talking about just simply Innistrad. Then next week might probably be on Dark Ascension, and then it will be Awakened Restored, because it will be following the Innistrad theme for the next 3 podcasts. And then probably it's going to be a podcast on time shifts. Yeah, who knows. But it's time for card 20. We have Nephalia Drownyard. You go like, Nephalia Drownyard? What is this? And exactly. Yes, Nephalia Drownyard is actually part of a cycle of utility lands, rare utility lands in Innistrad, which tap for colors, or you could pay something and some colored mana to do an effect. But they each had their own individual abilities, so they've been placed separately in the podcast. And there's one that wasn't good enough. Yeah. Because it was too bad. But Nephalia Drownyard is a land that says tap for colorless mana and 1 blue-black tap, target player mills 3. And that's good. Also later on in Shadows over Innistrad, they decided to make something else to the Nephalia Drownyard by putting a temple on it with lots of cryptoliths and it's called Drownyard. And Dust Bowl makes an excellent combo there by just sack Drownyard Temple, destroy land, and then bring back Drownyard Temple. So it's a loop it's just a loop you could do with Dust Bowl and Drownyard Temple. It's actually kind of fun. The thing is that Dust Bowl is an expensive card, when Drownyard Temple, on the other hand, might not be. Yes. And there's a similar card to Nephalia Drownyard called Dusk Mantle, House of Shadow, which is a land that taps for colors, or you could pay blue-black, tap, top player, mills 1. Yes. It's kind of cool how it focuses the target, library, and graveyard. The target player puts the top card of his or her library into his or her graveyard. I like how it specifies that. It's cool. Yeah. The Nephalia Drownyard. It's a good card, but there's much better cards to it than it. To card 19, we have Geese is a card. You go what is Geese? Or is it Geese? I think it's Geese. What is Geese? That's your question probably. Well, Geese is a spirit, which is a 5 mana, 5 mana, it sets with flying, It's spiritual flying at Storm Geest's power and toughness are each equal to number of cards in your hand. And when Storm Geest deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Yep, that's right. It's a very good card, and yeah, would be perfect if you were to run it in the Locust God commander deck. There were some similar cards of than Storm Geest was Soramaru, which is refers to Dream, which is a 6 mana Etsets spirit with flying, and Soramaru first 2 Dreams power and toughness are each equal to number of cards in your hand. And for 4 mana and bounce a land you control to its owner's hand, draw a card. Yeah? So yeah, it's like a combination between like Maru or Storm Geest and Kefnet. Yeah. When probably Storm Geest is like, it's very cool. Yeah, Storm Geest. And there's also like first there was Morrow, then they made like Multani Morrow Sorcery and Molimo Morrow Sorcerer, which Multani had the Morrow effect, just not Molimo though, and then they decided to make a Morrow cycle in some Kamigawa set. I'm not sure exactly. I think was it Saviors of Kamigawa? Because there's like Sora Morrow, and there's like 4 other Morrows as well, yeah. And Aeon Chronicler is a very similar card to Storm Geest due to mana cost. Doesn't have flying though, but like Aeon Chroniclers and has suspend Eds for Eds 3 and a blue. Eds can't be 0. Whenever time counter is removed from Aeon Chronicler while it's out, draw a card. And yeah, it's cool. Like you usually don't want to suspend an Aeon Chronicler, well, unless if you can't get the second blue, I guess. But the best way to suspend it is if you're playing Plane Chase Commander and you somehow planeswalk into the plane that literally says you can suspend your spells for free, but the suspend count is Ets, where Ets is the spell's converted mana cost. So what you could do is suspend Aeon Chronicler for 5 without paying any mana. That's the best way to do it. Because normally suspending it for 5 would be 9 mana, and like, why would you like to suspend Aeon Chronicler for 5 when you could directly just cast Aeon Chronicler or suspend for 1? That's my question. Why though? Yes. But Storm Geest is a very powerful card. Yeah. And if you somehow see a card called Storm Geest, you might think to yourself, isn't that German? No, like, the card is in English. It's clearly correct, yeah. Very cool, actually. It's Storm Geest. Yeah. Now to card 18. We've got Rakishare. Yeah. And it's good for a vampire tribal deck. It's like a 3 mana 2/2 vampire with whenever a vampire you control deals combat damage to a player, put +1/+1 counter on it. And when it says it refers to the vampire that dealt damage, not itself, the Rakishare. Because, well, yes, I think there's was it called Cinderwall? Like, there's a card called Cinderwall, which literally says it's a 1 mana 3/3 wall with defender, and whenever Cinderwall blocks a creature, destroy it at end of combat. And somehow it actually destroys the wall itself, not the creature it blocks. Like, why are the rulings different? That's my question here. Yeah. Why are the rulings different? Yeah. There's actually a question there. Why have the different things? Yeah. Like, why have different rulings? It's an interesting question, isn't it? Of course, Rakeshare is a good Lord-ish effect card, which, like, it can grow your vampires. It's good in an Edgar Markov commander deck. Yeah, it comes with it actually. Rakeshare is actually part of the Edgar Markov deck. Yeah, it's cool. Do you think? The ability is cool, yeah. Now to card 17 we have. Intangible Virtue, which is a 2-mana enchantment with creature tokens you control get +1/+1 and have vigilance. And guess what? Yes, this is very powerful. Like, it was doing a very powerful synergy with the set itself. So therefore, it got banned in innistrad block format. In innistrad block constructed. I'm not sure if I think it didn't get banned in sealed. Like, I think nothing is banned in sealed. Like even those way too powerful cards, like the Power 9, like, you somehow managed to do a sealed Power 9. If you manage to do a sealed event on Alpha, and you get the Power 9, you could still use it. Also, like Vintage Masters, you could also still use it. Although that's online only, yeah. You could still use any Power 9 you get. Like, just because it's Power 9 doesn't mean it's OP. Like, it doesn't mean it's banned. Like, just because it's OP doesn't mean it has to be banned. Like, you get, like, if you're too lucky and you manage to, like, pull off one or two Black Lotus in a Vintage Masters draft, or if you somehow went to, I'm not sure if it was a GP or a Pro Tour or something. There's like a beta draft. There's like an event. There's a beta draft, and the prize was an alpha deck. Yeah, an alpha sealed deck. Yeah, and it was like if you were to manage to get 2 Black Lotus, consider yourself very lucky, and you can still use those 2. But okay, now to talk about the card. Like, it's very good. You get your tokens, the +1/+1 and Vigilance, which is very good because they get strong in a tokens deck, and they can block as well as being able to attack. Normally a token would just simply block, and that's it. But now they can also attack as well as being able to block. A similar card to it is Leyline of the Meek, which was one of the first 5 ley lines to appear, which was in Dissension. Or was it Guild Pact? I think it was Dissension, where when the ley lines first appeared. There's Leyline of the Meek there for 4 mana enchantment, but if it's in your opening hand, you may begin the game with it in play. And all creature tokens get +1/+1. So yeah, Leyline of the Meek is more for like a group hug deck. But like because like the difference to Intangible Virtue with Leyline of the Meek is that Intangible Virtue is that on turn 2 you cast it, and you make your tokens very powerful. But the thing is that Leyline of the Meek might actually change its 2 mana, like making it for free by removing Vigilance and giving the boost to all tokens, not just your own. Well, yes. Otherwise, you have to pay it for 4 mana, and that's twice the mana cost of an Intangible Virtue and way worse. That could happen, but what you could use with Leyline of the Meek is Zedru, give it to an opponent, and your token still get the boost. On the other hand, Intangible Virtue, you're just gifting the opponent a good card. And Always Watching is practically the opposite of Intangible Virtue. Always Watching is a 3 mana enchantment, non-token creatures you control get +1/+1 and have Vigilance. Yes. It's very good. Like, if you don't have the tokens, then your non-tokens are stronger. If you have the tokens, your tokens are stronger. And they still can have Vigilance. It's cool, yeah. Very cool. Yeah. Very cool. So, yeah, let's head on to card number 16. Number 16, we've got Delvar of Secrets / Insectile Aberration. And, well, yes, I could have put the whole evolution of Delvar of Secrets because, well, yes, Delvar of Secrets is just a 1 mana 1/1 with Human Wizard. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may you look at top card of your library. You may reveal that card. If an instant or sorcery card is revealed this way, transform Delvar of Secrets. And Insectile Aberration is a 3/2 human insect with flying. So yeah, it's very good in Pauper, and it's played a lot. It's very powerful because very easily it can become a 3/2 with flying. So like, turn 1, Delvar. Turn 2, possibly flip it. Play land, Kiln Fend, and then attack for free in the air. That's a very likely Pauper situation. Because, well, yes, Kiln Fend will very likely be played in the same deck as a Delvar of Secrets. And in case if you don't know, Delvar of Secrets form part of an evolution because there's Delvar of Secrets, which transforms into Insectile Aberration, which that Insectile Aberration is also the Aberrant Researcher, which literally, at the beginning of your upkeep, you mill yourself for 1, and if it's an instant, you flip it into a perfected form, which is a 5/4 insect horror with flying, which that perfected form is actually Docent of Perfection, which gives your which when you cast an instant or sorcery, you create a 1/1 wizard of flying, and then when you have 3 wizards, you transform it into Final Iteration, which is a 6/5 Eldrazi insect with flying. Your wizards get +2/+1 whenever you cast an instant sorcery. Create a 1/1 wizard, and that is the evolution of Delvar of Secrets. And also a rarity evolved from common to uncommon, and then to rare. Yeah. That's what you could say it's the Delvar of Secrets storyline. Because yeah, I actually personally believe it's true. Like yeah, Harry told me that once, and ever since I was just looking at the cards, I just realized, hey, he was right. They actually do form an evolution, yeah, that's cool. Yeah, don't you think, viewers? Isn't it cool? Okay, yeah. It seems I did not. But yeah, now to card 15. We have enemy Czech clans. Yes, the enemy Czech clans were first printed in Innistrad. Not sure, I think it was before Innistrad or might have been after Innistrad. Was it like I think it was like Magic 2012 or Magic 2011, which had the ally Czech clans, which then because yeah, they are both Czech clans, the ally Czech clans and the enemy Czech clans. The only difference is the color pair, because enemy Czech clans is just five, a half cycle, a cycle of 5, which literally is yeah, is literally just, you see at the back of an MTG card, there is Wooburg, which is a 5 colors there, and enemy colors are just the ones that are opposite to each other, like the ones that are not next to each other, because ally colors are the ones that are next to each other. Enemy colors are the ones that are not next to each other in the pentagram. I think that's the reason why Commander Pentagram existed, which isn't really popular, because like it's just, you play when there's only 5 players, and literally you have like, you play and the 2 players next to you are your allies, and then you have to try defeat your two enemies to win the match. And yeah, it isn't really that fun. Like the turn order is very weird. Like it goes like, it doesn't go by the normal clockwise turn order. It goes like just doing a alternate pentagram turn order, but like what's weird is like, yeah, I don't really like the format. I rather prefer a commander 5-player free for all, but like, yeah, I just realized, because like they're just the enemy colors. So yeah, like for example, red blue is the enemy colors, white black enemy colors, green blue enemy colors, red white enemy colors, and what was the 5th one? Okay, red blue, red white, red blue, red white, green blue, white black. Wait. No, blue white is ally. Wait. Yeah, blue white. No, yeah. Blue red and blue green are just enemy. Yeah, blue black is ally. So what's the other enemy with? Because green white is ally. Green red is ally, actually. Surprisingly, is actually an ally. Oh, green black. That's the 5th one. There we go. Finally got it. Okay, yes. And what's a similar cycle to the Innistrad Czech clans is that there's shadows over Innistrad, which had an ally color hand Czech clans. And what I mean by a hand Czech clans is that literally it's like a Czech land, but it's not that comes from the battle. It's not that you check from the battlefield. You check from your hand. Like, you have to reveal an island or swamp. But if you don't, enters tapped. Yeah. There we go. Yeah. And that's just a similar cycle to the enemy check land cycle, the ally hand check lands. Like, if they did also enemy hand check lands, then they would be much better. But since they did the ally hand check lands, because the most popular color pairs are the enemy color pairs, not the ally color pairs. Because like, when they print a land cycle, either they print the whole cycle in all the 10 in one set, or they very likely just print only ally colors or enemy colors. The only exception there is Ravnica. Ravnica sets, they first print a random 5 guilds, and then another 5, and then the other 5 guilds. Like, for example, the reason why Sacred Foundry and Watergrave came before, got reprinted before the Stomping Ground and Hallowed Fountain. Oh wait, they're both allied. Wait, Stomping Ground and what enemy pair was in? Oh yeah, Stomping Ground and Breeding Pool. That's like, as in the Guilds of Ravnica block. That's what I was talking about, not Return to Ravnica block. Because the thing is that Ravnica had 3 blocks. There's like the Ravnica City of Guilds block, which is the first Ravnica, which was then came Guild Pact and then Dissension, and then the next block was Return to Ravnica block, which had Return to Ravnica, Gate Crash, and then Dragon's Maze. And then they made another one, which was Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Legends, and now War of the Spark. And in case you don't know that, if you want to earn a free pre-release code for Guilds of Ravnica, Ravnica Legends, War of the Spark, and or M20, remember to like, subscribe, and follow for free code. Also check the description for some of the codes there. You could just redeem, you could check the description and it will show, and you can see some codes there and what they give you. Like, also remember, YouTube spectators, follow my Twitch channel as well. Try doing that. Yeah, I can give you an example of a code right up. Yeah, I think it was. Because I did an update on the Streamlabs stream. Oh, yes, it works, the code. See? Try this code on MTG Arena after this stream. And if you haven't done that already, or if you haven't beaten Sparky yet, because another way to claim the starter styles reward, as well as just putting the code, which is easier to put the code and do the other trick, was to defeat Sparky, which Sparky is just an MTG Arena bot. And surprisingly, one of my latest followers on Twitch was called Sparky MTG bot. Well, yeah. And also, if you haven't done that already, remember to like and subscribe, follow, and there's going to be a very cool animation will appear, and Streamlabs will send a message to the chat saying that you have subscribed to the channel, follow to channel. Yeah, it's cool. Remember to do that. It's for free. Yeah. Now to card 14, we have
RenderForest.com.
Lab Maniac. Well, Laboratory Maniac, but for short, Lab Maniac, which is 3 mana 2/2 human wizard. If you would draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game. Instead, meaning like if you were to get decked out and try to draw a card, well, you win instead of losing. Yeah, it's very similar to Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, which is a planeswalker that appeared on War of the Spark, which, yeah, like that's the second time Jace has been printed as a rare. In case if you don't know that was the first time it happened was Jace Beleren, the original Jace from Lorwyn, which is the original 5 planeswalkers. They're just printed as rares. That was before Mythics existed. So yeah. And Jace, Wielder of Mysteries, is +1. He has 4 loyalty for 4 mana. So yeah, it's on average. If you were to draw a card while your library has no cards in it, you win the game instead. +1, Fort Scour. -8, draw 7 cards. And if your library has no cards in it, you win the game. So you go like, why would it say that? Like because what happens if, like, for example, if Jace was to die while the activation was resolving, then you'd still be able to win, even if you were to get decked out. Or if you were to like draw 7 cards and you draw exactly 7, and then your library runs out of cards, you still win the game. If you if you draw 6 instead of drawing 7, you still win. Draw 7 and has no cards there, you win. What if you draw 6 while Jace dies to the trigger? That is my question. What if you were to draw 6 cards with Jace if he was to die to the ultimate? Do you still win or do you lose? Then you could just order the win first and then the loss. Yeah. But like you choose the order so that you win before you lose, and since you win the game, you don't lose the game. But I don't know if that's actually possible. I think it's not. But yeah, time to get to card 13. We have Wolfrun. That is a Commander classic. It's good for Commander. It's played a lot in Commander because it's just tap for colors. But yeah, it's part of the utility land cycle, which is it has X, red, green, tap. Target creature gets +X/+0 and gains trample on turn of turn. So yeah, you have to tap it, then you pay some green and red, and then you just pay the rest of the mana to X, and then you make one of your creatures very big, +X/+0 and gains trample on turn of turn. So it's like a Berserk with no downsides, could you say? Or Fatal Frenzy with no downside. Because Berserk/Fatal Frenzy, it says at the end of the turn, destroy it if it attacked. Well, Fail Frenzy can only target your own creature as a sacrifice at end of turn, but on the other hand, Berserk says on any creature, but destroy the creature if it attacked at end of turn. But you can only cast it before the combat damage step. That is the thing. Yeah. Because like, if you were to do Berserk after the combat damage step on a creature that attacked, then it's just a 1 green removal. Because the only way in which Fail Frenzy can be better than Berserk is during extra combats. Like, it says before the combat damage step. So if you were to take an extra combat, that's actually post combat damage step. So that means you can't cast Berserk anymore, but you still can cast Fail Frenzy. It makes most cases scenario, unless if you're playing an Agila deck, you'd better off go with Berserk than Fail Frenzy. But there's something called colors. Like, if you don't play green but you play red, you have to play Fail Frenzy. You can't just go Berserk, and vice versa. Yeah. So yeah, Keswick Wolverine, I seen this get played a lot in my Commander play group. Like, Keswick Wolverine is good because like it just smashes opponents like a lot. You just like go one punch. Yeah, one punch. But yeah. It's time to head on to card 12. We've got Geese of St. Raft, which is a 3-mana 2/2 Spirit Cleric legendary with hexproof. So yeah, it might see play in some Boggles deck. Like, not sure if modern exactly, might be just simply Legacy, because Legacy has a Azorius Boggles deck, which goes with Slippery Boggle and True Name Nemesis. Not sure if Geese of St. Raft as well, but yeah, Geese of St. Raft says when he attacks, you create a 4/4 angel with flying onto battlefield, taps and attacking. It's out a token at end of combat. I think it's played in the Spirits deck in modern as well. So that's very good. And Shadows of Innistrad had another card very similar to Geese of St. Raft called the Invocation of St. Raft, which is a 3-mana aura with enchant creature. Enchanted creature has, whenever this creature attacks, perform. So yeah, literally, you just enchant a creature, and then an enchanted creature becomes Yeast of St. Raft, excluding the part of hexproof. Yes. half Yeast of St. Raft. Because it's missing hexproof. Like, it only has the one attacks to just temporarily create a 4/4 angel with flying. That's just what Invocation of St. Raft does. But yeah, Geese of St. Raft is much better. Like, Invocation of St. Raft was printed way after as a reference to Geese of St. Raft. And the blade is the same. Wow. Yeah. Now to card 11. We've got Merland Haunt. Yeah. Which is a very cool card. Like, it's played mainly in modern. It could see playing Commander as well. Like, it's just a land that says tap, add 1 to your mana pool. White blue tap, Exile a creature card from a graveyard. Create a 1/1 spirit with flying. It's very good in the spirits modern deck. Like, it's played there, like in banned spirits, and I seen it get played, but I actually never seen an activation on it, which seems strange. Actually, I never seen someone do the activation effect. But well, yeah, it is played there. The Merland Haunt. Yeah, it's a very good card, very good land. It's another utility land that could help you. Yeah. And now to card 10, we've got Garruk Relentless / Garruk the Veil Cursed. Well, yes, Garruk Relentless was actually the first ever Planeswalker to have a triggered ability. Yes, it was in War of the Spark Planeswalkers. Garruk Relentless was the first one, and then the War of the Spark Planeswalkers had triggered abilities and body effects, as well as having loyalty abilities. So Garruk Relentless is a 4-mana free loyalty legendary planeswalker Garruk. That's below average, yes. And when he has 2 or fewer loyalty counters on him, transform him. And zero loyalty, he deals 3 damage to target creature. Then that creature deals damage equal to its power to him, which, if Garruk doesn't die, he gets flipped. And of course, if you're the opponent, you don't want Garruk to be flipped. So you don't want to probably attack Garruk unless if you were to kill him. Or Garruk, you should just try dealing 3 damage only to creatures with power 2 or 1. And then Garruk would be able to transform without dying. And another 0 is to create a 2/2 wolf. Yes. So yeah, Garruk then transforms into Garruk the Veil Cursed, which is a legendary planeswalker Garruk. +1, create a 1/1 wolf with Death Touch. -1, sacrifice a creature. Reduce search your library for a creature card. Reveal it, put it in your hand, then shuffle your library. Oh wow! It's like literally for my -1, you just Altar of Bone. I think it's called Altar of Bone. Yeah, which is a really bad Eladamri's Call, because like a really bad version of Eladamri's Call, because Altar of Bone is like Eladamri's Call, but instead of being an instant, it's a sorcery. And it forces you to sacrifice a creature, as well as paying the same mana cost as Eladamri's Call. So yeah, Garruk the Veil Cursed is like a -1 Altar of Bone. And -3, creatures you control gain trample and get +X on time of turn, where X is the number of creature cards in your graveyard. Which, yes, it is Undergrowth. Wow. +1, just simply create a 1/1 wolf with Death Touch. -1, Altar of Bone. -3, Undergrowth. Your creatures get trample and get +X until end of turn. And yes, Undergrowth count means literally it counts for each creature in your graveyard. In case if you don't know that, you should have been playing since Guilds of Ravnica, of course. Otherwise, you could just watch my Guilds of Ravnica new mechanics video. Yeah, because they were new at that time. Now they're not so new anymore, because it's been some months since Guilds of Ravnica existed. A similar card to Garruk Relentless / Garruk the Veil Cursed is Arlen Cord, which Arlen Cord is a 2 red-green free loyalty legendary planeswalker Arlen that's below average, but +1 on turn of turn. Up to 1 target creature gets +2/+2 and gains Vigilance and Haste. The +1 is very good. The 0 is just create a 2/2 wolf and you transform Arlen Cord. And it transforms into Arlen Embraced by the Moon, which is the other side of Arlen Cord, which, yeah, it's a legendary planeswalker Arlen. And +1, your creatures get +1/+1 and gain trample on turn of turn. -1, she deals 3 damage to a creature player, transform Arlen. And as -6, you get an emblem with creatures you control have haste and tap. This creature deals damage equal to its power to target creature player. Wow. So yeah, like, what's very good about Arlen Cord is like you could just like do some +1/+1s, and when you need a token or she's at 7, you probably do a 0, create 2/2 wolf and transform Arlen Cord. And then you can just -6 and then get the emblem. And then like you could just go like +1/+1/+1/+1. Then essentially some moment you just -1 lightning bolt. Because yeah, the -1 literally just lightning bolts transforms her back. Because well yeah. The difference between Garruk Relentless and Arlen Cord is Arlen Cord can transform back. Garruk can't transform back. Well, the only way possible is actually blinking Garruk somehow. Like, well, unless if you're the opponent, why would you like to blink a Garruk? Yeah. Like, what's the whole point of blinking Garruk? Like, whoa, yes, he could be at 1, or you want to just desperately kill a creature somehow. Or you prefer 2/2 green wolves rather than 1/1 black wolves with death touch. Who knows? But yeah, but if you're the opponent, then you want to somehow blink Garruk, because if you blink Garruk or flicker Garruk, he will reappear on the battlefield as Garruk Relentless with 3 loyalties. So yes, of course, the way possible is you could just Glimmerpoint Stag / Flicker Wisp, flickering Garruk Relentless, and yeah. Now to card 9. We've got Gavany Township. Gavany Township is a land with tap, add a colorless to your mana pool. 2 green, white, tap, +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Like, when you might have seen Gavany Township for the first time, I'm not sure if it actually got printed outside Innistrad. If it got printed anywhere else. Okay, fine. So yeah, it was only printed on Innistrad, so there's no way of someone thinking this was a Selesnya card, like from Ravnica, like Selesnya. Of course, it has nothing to do with Selesnya. It's just an Innistrad card, which, hey, by the way, it actually looks like Happy Hamlet. Okay, never mind. But yeah, Gavany Township is actually a very good card, and yeah, and it makes your creatures very strong. It's played in Knight of the Reliquary decks. Yeah, sometimes Banned Spirits. It's not often played in Banned Spirits, but it's mainly played in those Reliquary decks. Not the Reliquary Tower, the Knight of the Reliquary decks. Yeah, because of course there's 2 Reliquaries, not because there's Knight of the Reliquary and Reliquary Tower, and yeah. Gavany Township is actually a very good card. And now to card 8. Golden 8. We've got Back from the Brink, which, oh yes. Oh wow, I've got 2 viewers on Twitch. So in case if you did not know that, you could, if you want the Moobot Streambot to welcome you, you could just type in the chat, !hello, and the Moobot will welcome you to stream, as demonstrated there. As you can see there. So try yourself. Let's. And you can just see the Moobot actually responded. It always works. So yeah, remember to do !hello, and the Moobot will welcome you to stream. Yeah. And yeah, now let's head straight on to Back from the Brink, which Back from the Brink is a 6-mana enchantment, which literally says, it's out a creature card from your graveyard and pay its converted mana cost to put a token onto battlefield that's a copy of that card, but only activate any time you could cast a sorcery. Yeah. So like literally it's like you get your creatures back from the graveyard, but only once. And also can do color fixing. Just limits everything to sorcery. So like you have a Snapcaster or a Teferi, which well yeah, they have flash or something that has flash. You could still only activate as a sorcery. Because it's not casting, it's literally activating. Because if it did not say that, then you'd be able to cast, bring back everything instant speed. So it should say, activate this ability only anytime you could cast a sorcery, unless the creature you're exiling has flash. What? Yes. That's actually a good concept to fit Back from the Brink, because the text is a bit like not too effective. Like it's not really good enough, but still good. A very good card. Would be better if you could flash the creatures that had flash. That's the only flaw of Back from the Brink. Well, another flaw would be Graveyard Hate, which, yes, that could happen, but it's not very likely. And good thing is that they're not entering from the graveyard, so that bypasses Draft Digger's Cage, which was part of the same block. Not sure if part of the same set as well. Okay, great. It's from Dark Ascension. And M20. So it's very likely for you to have already been able to pick up a copy of Draft Digger's Cage. Whoa, that's if you've done pre-release or draft weekend, which I did all the pre-releases, but no draft weekend. That's the thing. Like I was playing modern instead of doing drafting. India. Oh wow. Hello 5738473833783. How are you? So yeah, Back from the Brink is an excellent card. And yeah, you should check out. You should try using it in the deck. It's very good. Now to card 7. A simple 7. Innistrad was a very powerful set. Like, come on, yes, a block with like $420. Yeah, that was actually the price of a full box of boosters for Innistrad. It had way too many powerful cards, mainly in rare mythic, sometimes in uncommons, like for example Invisible Stalker was actually good, and a powerful common like Delvar Secrets. Like Delvar Secrets was powerful. You can also pick up some Czech lands in Innistrad. Also the very playable cards of Keswick Wolf Run, Merlin Haunt, Gavany Township. That's also in the set. Intangible Virtue is also good for tokens deck. That's in the set. And Back from the Brink is also in the set. And Invisible Stalker is now the card I'm talking about. It's very good. It's sneaky and yeah. It's good in a Boggles deck because Invisible Stalker is like a 2-mana 1/1 human rogue with hexproof, and Invisible Stalker is unblockable. So yes. So what you can say is his best friend from a different plane is Blighted Agent. Well, yeah. What? Like, of course they do not know. They do not know the existence of each other because they can't planeswalk and they're from different planes. So like because Invisible Stalkers from Innistrad and Blighted Agent is from New Phyrexia. So yeah, Blighted Agent is a 2-mana 1/1 human rogue with Infect and it's unblockable. When Invisible Stalker replaces Infect with Hexproof, I'd actually prefer Hexproof over. I prefer Infect over Hexproof, but because having both Hexproof and Infect would be OP, and that will make Boggles such a broken deck. Like, if you were to play a blue Boggles deck, like some modern Boggles decks could play blue. Legacy Boggles plays blue, and you could use Invisible Stalker because of its hexproof ability, and it has the extra mana to give it unblockable. So it has unblockable as well as having hexproof. So it's not really as necessary to do Unquestioned Authority / Spirit Mantle onto Invisible Stalker because he already has the ability to be unblockable. Like, because those two have literally give it protection from creatures, which essentially means unblockable. Oh yes, True Name Nemesis is also unblockable because it's, well, as long as it's targeting attacking the chosen player, which in Commander there's only one chosen player, and Legacy, it's just the opponent. Like, it basically is unblockable hexproof in Legacy, and yeah, that is a True Name Nemesis, which is cool. And also, like, True Name Nemesis would be like you just pay an extra mana, so that Invisible Stalker gets like a +2. His name gets changed to True Name Nemesis. His type becomes from he changes type from human to merfolk, and enhances the hexproof unblockability with a protection, preventing damage from the chosen player, and preventing any auras from the chosen player. Like, because if you cast an aura, it's targeting a creature, but or a permanent. But if you were to bring an aura to the battlefield, when it's entering the battlefield, you attach it to a creature, and that's not targeting. Yeah. So yeah. That's a way how you could just. That's a way how you just use a True Name Nemesis over Invisible Stalker. But Invisible Stalker is very great. Blighted Agent is also good, but Invisible Stalker is the card I'm talking about here because it's from Innistrad. Blighted Agent is from New Phyrexia. Sorry, Blighted Agent. But yeah, time to card sits. We have Balefire Dragon. How about if we do a combo and attach a Spirit Link, Vampiric Link, or Life Link onto Balefire Dragon? Okay, yes. Let's to each creature that player controls. And yeah, he literally deals a lot of damage to the opponent and smashes the board. And if you were to somehow give it lifelink, you could be able to gain a lot of life, because you gain 6 life for each creature the opponent had on the battlefield before Balefire hit them. And yeah, and the default 6 damage, of course. You go 6 life by default, 12 life if that player had 1 creature, 18 life if that player had 2 creatures, 24 if that player had 3 creatures, 30 if that player had 5 creatures. Yeah, you just add 6 every time as a creature. It doesn't have to kill it to gain the life. It's very good. How about if you attach Spirit Link and a Vampiric Link onto a creature, multiple Spirit Links or multiple Vampiric Links, or multiple Spirit Links, Vampiric Links, and a Life Link, and you'd be gaining a 12 every time, 18 every time, 24 every time, 24 extra every time. 1 creature equals 18 of life you're gaining. What? That's a good combo if you're doing red white or red black or Mardu. Yeah. And that's what I call Balefire life gain. Balefire life gain. Some people are calling it Red Eyes Black Dragon because well, yes, it's yes, well, yeah. Because there's a iconic character from Yu-Gi-Oh called Blue Eyes White Dragon, but yeah, it's clearly red, and yeah, and it's clearly not white. Never mind. Let's go to card 5. This is a very good card. It's played a lot in Commander. It was in Ultimate Masters for a reason, of course. Everything is in Ultimate Masters for a reason. Most of the Innistrad cards were actually in Ultimate Masters. Many of the Innistrad powerful cards were in Ultimate Masters. Now to card 5. We've got Blasphemous Act, which, look, how about if 1 Shivan Meteor wasn't enough? How about if we Shivan Meteor all of the creatures? What plan is that? Okay, yes. Let's come straight into the card. It's a 9 mana sorcery. It costs 1 less to cast for each creature on the battlefield. So yeah, 8 in the red. So as minimum, it will cost just 1 red. Yes. Just cover the red. Just cover the 8. There. And it deals 13 damage to each creature. So everything gets. That's just very funny thing you could do with a Blasphemous Act. Because it's turning Shivan Meteor into a board wipe. Because Shivan Meteor is a just 5 mana sorcery. Shivan Meteor deals 13 damage to target creature. And you could suspend 2 for 1 and 2 red. So yes, Shivan Meteor could just do singular kill. Yeah, Blasphemous Act is very good if you're using it as a signature spell. Especially if you're using Kaladesh Chandra as your commander. Oathbreaker, never mind. Yeah. As your Oathbreaker, not commander, yeah. Because It's called Oathbreakers, not Commander. Like, for Commander, it's Commander. Oathbreaker is Oathbreaker. Tiny Leader is Tiny Leaders is Tiny Leader. Brawl is... Wait, Brawl does not exist anymore. Well, yeah, it was a Brawler, but that's not a thing. That was removed with 2018 rotations. Okay, yes. The mistake Wizards did with Brawl was excluding it from the MTG arena, which Brawl was a perfect format for MTG Arena. Like, MTG Arena currently only had Standard, Pauper Standard, Singleton Standard. What's better than Singleton Standard? Brawl. And you know what's better than regular Standard? Brawl. What's better than Pauper Standard? Everything Pauper. Wait, what? No. There isn't enough sets on MTG Arena to do everything Pauper. Like, come on, Modern hasn't been added yet. Legacy hasn't been added yet. Like, because you remember before Modern Horizons got released, it said like pre-order Modern Horizons now, like on MTG Arena. Like, it was an advertisement. Like, just usually what happens, like they did advertisements like you could pre-order some special packs of MTG on the new MTG Arena set. And you could get special card or card style, but yeah. This time, they did an advertisement for just Paper Magic and MTG Online, so yeah. Many people thought that meant Modern Horizons was going to come to MTG Arena, but when they clicked it, it sent them to eBay. Yes, they get sent to eBay just by clicking on the advertisement. It's not in-game purchases. It's just eBay. An advertisement. Just to pre-order Modern Horizons, which you'd not even get past bots 1. Like, it's not even a master set. It is a great set, of course, but especially for Commander, but it's not good enough. Like, the value is low. And also, like it's very likely for you to, like, you fail bots 1, like, but it's a great set, honestly, yeah. Now to card 4.
RenderForest.com.
We've got Evil Twin. Evil Twin is literally 2 black and blue 0/0 shapeshifter with he can enter battlefield as a copy of any creature in the battlefield, except it gains blue-black tap, destroy target creature of the same name as that creature. As this creature, yeah. So yeah. You could literally like copy the best creature on the board, which is what you're most likely going to do with a clone-ish card, like clone Gigantoplasm, was it called? Also stunt double, spark double. That's what you copy, something big. And with Evil Twin, much better because, well, not Ulamog though, like, because once you copy it, you could be able to smash that creature, the original creature, off. Yeah. Which is cool. And you could just, like, literally just destroy. And if you manage to blink or flicker Evil Twin, you're a legend. Because, like, you just, like, smash something, and then you could just, like, flicker off or blink off, and you just copy a different creature, kill it, and then just blink, flicker, whatever off, and it becomes a new creature, and you just smash. No, not Gruul, the Mayor Smash. Because of course, if you did Ravnica Legends per release, then you'd see that the Gruul pre-release kit says smash, smash, smash. Yes, it literally says that, but we're talking the mirror here. And Innistrad. We're not talking Gruul Ravnica. We're going Innistrad. The powerful blocks. The powerful plane, actually, yeah. Because there was an Eldrazi there. Yes, there was an Eldrazi in Innistrad. Like now Innistrad's like completely like destroyed. Like it got corrupted like Zendikar was. Yeah. Also, who knows when Emrakul's going to break out the out of the prison in the moon? Like, anyway, the storyline has ended with WarSpark, and I'm not sure if they're going to follow the storyline more, or they're just going to start a new storyline. They could just start a new storyline, like literally starting a storyline in Fate Reforged, and well, actually in Cans of Tarkir, but the Nicol Bolas storyline, the Gatewatch storyline, was actually started in Cans of Tarkir. That all began with Sarkhan's idea to save Ugin. Yes. The result actually, like, because like Ugin was dead when Sarkhan arrived on Tarkir, and he saw there was no dragons there. What happened to Tarkir? Like he noticed the dragons had died, so he tried to time travel when dragons existed on Tarkir, and he found out Ugin was fighting Nicol Bolas. He managed to defend the dragons though. Ugin still died. He couldn't save his friend Ugin, but Ugin still kept his spark, even though he was just a dead spirit dragon. And yeah, then the storyline began. After that, there's a battle for Zendikar, which there's Ugin and the Eldrazi's. There's a Eldrazi's there in Zendikar. There's like Ugin trying to somehow like match. Like Ugin used the Eldrazi's to he baited the Eldrazi's into Zendikar. So like actually Zendikar, like the Eldrazi's were never from Zendikar. They like brought there by Ugin just to save a plane. Which plane was it though? But yeah. And there's also Sorin and Nahiri, which as well as fighting each other, they were also fighting Eldrazi as well. And the Gatewatch was formed, and they decided, which were the 4 planeswalkers at that time, and they were fighting the Eldrazi's. They managed to destroy Kozilek and Ulamog by just binding them. Yeah, or Nisa. Jace discovered a trick to killing those two. Gideon formed the Gatewatch, yeah. Jace formed the plan to stop the 2 Eldrazi Titans, not Emrakul. They somehow did not destroy Emrakul. So Nisa bound them together, and then Chandra managed to destroy them. Yes, that was a trick to being able to stop the Eldrazi Titans. They left Innistrad because wait, what? The Innistrad? No, Zendikar, because oh yes, Emrakul was going to destroy everything in Zendikar, so they just saved themselves in Innistrad. They managed to get Liliana on the gate into the Gatewatch, but that was during Eldritch Moon, which was when they had to fight Emrakul once again. But instead of them fighting alongside Zendikar, they fought with Innistrad instead, with some friends in the Innistrad. Actually, did you know that Sorin, like, I actually used to think Sorin was from Zendikar, actually. Because, like, Nahiri was a core from Zendikar, yes, everyone knows that. But Sorin was actually a vampire from Innistrad. I actually thought he was from Zendikar. Like, yeah. Okay, yeah. Now it's time to continue with the podcast. To card 3. yeah, remember to subscribe. The card 3 is Champion of the Parish. Remember to like and subscribe, and there's going to be a very cool animation appearing on the stream and in the live chat, top chat on YouTube. There's going to be a message showing a username has subscribed. Did you know that? Well, if you haven't subscribed already, you like and subscribe, and then now you know. And your username will pop up on the screen as well. Yeah, remember to do that. Also, if you follow, that happens the same thing. Same thing happens. If you follow on Twitch. And also if you like and subscribe on YouTube. So remember to do both. It's very cool, the effect. It's so Champion of Parish is a 1 white 1/1 human soldier with, and whenever another human enters the battlefield under your control, put a +1/+1 counter on Champion of the Parish. And a similar card to this was Thallid's Lieutenant, which was from Shadows over Innistrad, and literally you paying 1 extra just when Thallid's Lieutenant enters. It puts a +1/+1 counter on each other human you control. But then Thallid's Lieutenant has the same effect as Champion of the Parish. They're both played in the humans tribal deck in Modern, especially Champion of the Parish. It's very good. You should play it. Like it was easy to pick up a copy of Champion of the Parish. Just get yourself the dual decks, Blessed versus Cursed, and you get a Champion of Parish. Also the Gravecrawler was also in there, which now it's spiked. Due to the Hogak deck, but now a main piece of the Hogak deck, the Bridge from Below, got banned. Hogak is still a thing though. Simply it doesn't have the Bridge Below before. Yeah. Gravecrawler was 50 cents at the start, then it spiked to 15, and now I think it's dropping. I believe it's dropping. I'm not sure if it, or maybe it's still rising. Yeah. Who knew it was going to spike? It's more Horizons. Yes. Now to card 2. We've got Snapcaster Mage. Obviously, you know by now what is card 1, of course. Yes, it's kind of obvious. Snapcaster's card 2. So, Snapcaster's a 2-mana 2/1 human wizard with flash, and when he enters the battlefield, target instant or sorcery in your graveyard gains flashback on turn of turn. The flashback cost is equal to its mana cost. And yeah, I'm not sure if it will be a similar card or an opposite card to Snapcaster Mage exactly. What's your opinion, viewers? So yeah, Darkfleet Daredevils could be an opposite or similar card to Snapcaster. It's a 2/1 human pirate. Rather than having flash, it has first strike. And when Darkfleet Daredevil enters battlefield, it's also instant or sorcery from an opponent's graveyard. You may cast a card this turn, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any type to cast a spell. And if it will be put in the graveyard this turn, it's added instead. Oh wow. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. A very good card. Snapcaster's obviously better, but it's great. It's also standard legal, the Darkfleet Daredevil. Mission Briefing is also a similar card. It's standard legal and it's staying after rotation. So yeah, instead of getting a 2/1 Snapcaster Mage, then instead of getting a 2/1 Snapcaster, you get to Surveil 2. But the thing is that with Mission Briefing, it's double blue, not 1/1 blue. After you Snapcaster and you Snapcast something, it's very likely for you to win the match afterwards, because like you'd get a 2-1 creature, and like and you're obviously playing control, so it's hard to deal with, and you'd probably be dying to it, and probably Vendilion Clique as well. Yeah, it happens a numerous amount of times. The Snapcaster Mage. Mission Briefing, on the other hand, it chooses Surveil 2 instead of getting a creature, and like a 2-1 creature. And a 2-1 creature, even just as simple as a 2-1 human wizard, can be very important in a match if you're playing control. After you snapcast something. One mission briefing, oh yeah. You know what I mean, like. But yeah. Snapcaster Mage is OP. It's also in Modern Masters 2017, Ultimate Masters. It was also in as a Magic Online promo. Like not sure who still plays MTG Online. Like with MTG Arena around, and all of those card styles and stuff, very cool. And codes. Who plays MTG Online? I think now it's more on MTG Arena than MTG Online, but on MTG Online, it's very easy to make a business of it. Like, wait, what? Yeah. Like, well, yeah, the cards, of course, are cheaper, and you'd be very likely spending more money on MTG Online than on MTG Arena. But what also could happen is that the thing is that mainly, MTG Online, Wizards was not getting a big economy on MTG Online, so they had to make MTG Arena just clear the buying, selling, trading part, and just made it so like you could only buy cards from the game itself, not from other people. Yeah. And like with the WoW cards, and there's more in-game purchases than just online trading. Like, oh yes, of course, there's no online trading, but there's more in-game purchases in MTG Arena than on MTG Online. MTG Online is more like on the outside, but like on MTG Online, as well as buying cards, you could sell cards. Like, also getting the old cards is much easier on MTG Online. MTG Arena does not have the old cards. Like, when a card, like, even the oldest they've got was like way back in like the MTG Arena Alpha. Like, that was like the last like week before Shao's innistrad block and Battle for Zendikar block rotated out of standard. Yeah, that was like just 1 week, and then like not many people managed to access MTG Arena at that time. And yeah, when on 2018, they had to rotate Kaladesh and Amonkhet. So Kaladesh block and Amonkhet block. So then like they did a beta reset to MTG Arena, and now it just got officially released. It's no longer open beta, it's just released. And yeah, and as well, when rotations will happen, it's going to be actually a new format called Historic, which is literally like a Standard Plus, but it's not called Standard Plus, it's called Historic. Many people thought it was going to be called Standard Plus, but no. And that does not mean Kaladesh block and Amonkhet block will return to MTG Arena, nor Battle for Zendikar block, nor Shadows of Innistrad block. That's not going to happen, unfortunately. But it just keeps the sets in there. But yeah, that's Snapcaster Mage for you. So now to final card. Can you guess it first for just a few seconds, and then I'll just play the special animation. You could still guess during the special animation, but once the special animation has ended, the card will be revealed instantly. Okay? Now, guess the final card. Yeah. Let's just have a flash through those cards. In case of you missed this, any of you viewers missed the start of the podcast. Final card, let's go.
Render forest.
Liliana of the Veil. There you go. That is the final card of the podcast. But now let's explain the card. Like, Liliana of the Veil is a very powerful planeswalker. She's a 3 mana, 3 loyalty legendary planeswalker, Liliana. That's on average. +1, each player discards a card. Oh, okay, yeah. That's actually a good ability. Like, if you have no cards in hand, then that's good to use. If you don't, if the opponent doesn't have cards in hand and you have cards in hand, don't use the +1. So you never do that. Like, well, sometimes just people do that just to increase Liliana's loyalty, but that's not common in modern. Like, well, yes. Like, what actually happens? Like, even players who like play Chandra, the Chandra from War of the Spark, like even though it's just like turn 4, like they already played the land for the turn and they have no floating mana or untapped lands to then actually have a chance at playing the top card of your library. When you +1 Chandra, people still do that. People still +1 Chandra, even though they're losing a card permanently. Like, I always try not to do that, but my dad says, like, go for it. Like, it's just one card, like, and you go like, but look at this, I lose a card. Literally losing a card from the deck. And yeah, well, yeah. -2, target player sacrifices a creature. So, like, it's like, +1 is, Delirium Skeins, divided by a third, yeah, divided by 3, yeah. Delirium Skeins divided by 3, -2, Diabolic Edict, -6, just separate all permanents target player controls into 2 powers. That player sacrifices all permanents in the power of his or her choice. So yeah, Liliana of the Veil is one of the best planeswalkers. Just not the best. There's like a few more better planeswalkers than Liliana of the Veil. There's like Ugin, Ugin, the Spirit Dragon, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and Garruk Apex Predator were better than Liliana of the Veil. Yeah. And that's actually the podcast for you. So yeah, thanks for comment down below which one of these cards you like the most, and if you're interested in Modern or Commander. Those cards were mainly for Modern, but some of them were also for Commander. So yeah, remember check it out. The microphone was real, yes. Okay, yeah. But well, yeah, it's very cool, and yeah, the set is very cool. Like, it's actually like old. Like, it's from 2011. So, but it's just way too powerful. Like, if you manage to pick up bots on Innistrad, consider yourself lucky, because they're getting rare and like they're getting expensive as well. Like, it's worth like $420 a single bot of Innistrad. Yeah, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, subscribe, follow, share with friends, and stay tuned to our next video, streams, and podcasts. And the podcast will be live every Tuesday, like that one. So stay tuned to them and watch other videos too. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and bye. Beautiful.